That's house music. I was watching a movie and it had house music in it. Yo, sup? Wrestling in Color podcast. I'm trying to get away from that. Hey y'all, come on, from New York. Like, yo, what's up? Wrestling Color podcast right here on YouTube. Not me. Hope y'all like. I kind of spruced up the place a little bit. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Those links are in the banner. Shit Sugar podcast is still popping. I do have a Pinterest. You know what? I don't even really know why, but I like to put wrestling pictures over there. So if you like looking at wrestling photos, Pinterest, follow me. What else? What we here talking about? Well, if you saw the picture, you know what we talking about. So I don't have to say what we talking about. But I want to, I guess, give my appreciation to the Hurt Business, and I'm comfortable when I say business is good. Business is good. Now, this past Monday, it was a little rough, but that's neither here nor there. They claim they're trying to tell a story, and I hope they're not trying to fuck up the Hurt Business, but whatever. Um, Little history, right? I've been watching wrestling for a long time. Maybe too long for my health, but whatever. MVP, Montel, what's his name? Montel Von Xavius Porter? Von Darius, some shit. The Porter MVP was big back in the 90s or whatever, like that, 2000s, right? But I was so enamored with The Rock, Stone Cold, Booker T, Undertaker, Stephanie May, all that bullshit that I never really paid attention to MVP, but I am aware of MVP and all of them, Crime Time and all them folks, right? But I never latched onto them for some reason, just didn't do nothing for me. So fast forward, MVP shows up. He's got a wrestling match against Rey Mysterio. Now, I wasn't excited for the match and not seeing MVP, and I think really was because I had Rey Mysterio fatigue, and I think we all have it now because they're on SmackDown with that bullshit that don't nobody care about. His girlfriend, which is another conversation. We'll talk about that little 1935-year-old relationship. We'll talk about it later. I had Mysterio fatigue, so I didn't want to deal with Mysterio. I done dug his eyes out and all that old bullshit. So MVP had a WrestleMania match. Excuse me, a WrestleMania match with Rey Mysterio, and that's when he went ahead and took the I want to call it the Washington belt. I don't know why. The United States Championship. He took it from Rey Mysterio this past WrestleMania, right? Okay. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. Then it was like, that's my last match. I wanted to see my son. My son wanted to see Miss Daddy wrestle. But something must have was going on in the back because they wanted him to host the MVP lounge. So he did the MVP lounge or whatever. And he's been on TV ever since. Now, at that point, he's evolving into something else, right? So I try my best to follow Monday Night Raw, but that's a really terrible program. I'm just going to be real honest with y'all. So I'm going to bounce around when it comes to the history of it. But it's a terrible program. So MVP and walking around, and he's gathering like his merry men, like Robin Hood, right? He's like, yo, I see some people floundering. Let me see if I can help them. Boom, first person added to the MVP brand. Not only did it bring up their stock, it made them look like the beast, the man, the fighter that they are visibly built to be. That's Bobby Lashley. Give it up for MVP. Let me tell y'all something. Prior to that, Bobby Lashley came back and literally was turned into like a little clown show. He was stuck in a vortex with Dolph Ziggler, Bobby Roode, Drew McIntyre was floundering, and they were going back and forth with the Shield every fucking Monday night. And I know because I saw them live in 2018. They was doing the same shit. But he did acknowledge my boo, and we were super excited. And I have to tell y'all, my son was the only person in that entire arena with a Bobby Lashley t-shirt, the gray one. So you know it was real then. Now he don't really too much care for him. Because he done moved on to some other shit now. I'm the one stuck on the wrestling. So anyway, that whole vortex was going on, and it just wasn't it just wasn't looking good for Bobby. Everyone was like, we want Brock Lesnar, we want him to go up against Brock Lesnar, and I don't think that's ever going to happen. But it just wasn't looking good. Then um you had old boy, the Intercontinental Champion, I can't remember his name, bringing out them women who were playing Bobby Lashley's sister and upset a segment of the wrestling community, the black folks, and was like, come on, like, let's not do that. Black women already getting fucked over every which way but loose. Let's not start this bullshit. Okay, Sami Zayn. So that's that. Then, all of a sudden, this weird ass storyline, which did nobody fucking favors. I don't care what no one says to me. It definitely didn't do no favors for Bobby Lashley, and it damn sure didn't do no favors for fucking Lana. And it really didn't do no favors for Liv Morgan. And we already know Miro is over in AEW. And I have a video if anyone's interested in the ramifications and the visuals and the optics of that Lana and Bobby Lashley bullshit. All that heavy kissing and all the, the storyline stupid and he took her and she divorced and her acting and that one. It was one segment where they was in the ring after they, had beat up Rusev. And he's like kissing her, they like tonguing each other down. And then he laid her down. He laid her down on the ring. And it was like so fucking awkward. And her dress was open. You could see all her ass. It was like, what the fuck is this? And y'all and WWE pushed it and pushed it and pushed it till they finally got that stupid fucking wedding. And Liv Morgan comes out, and it was just a shit show. And that's a whole nother conversation about Liv Morgan, where she's at now. MVP comes along and broke that shit up. Listen, MVP broke it up. Come on. MVP put the bug in Bobby's ear like, this bitch ain't even here for you. I don't know what you doing, but what you doing ain't even proper. What you giving ain't even giving what it was supposed to give. Okay? Bobby Lashley's like, yo, you right. I can't even focus with this bitch at the ring. She wants my attention. He got her rid of her. It was just like, boop, that's it. He came over, MVP came and said, let's go. Like, fuck all this. Come on. Let's go. I'm about to get you where you need to go. She was standing there screaming for the next 3 episodes. I know y'all remember that because I was just like, why the fuck is she screaming all the time? Boom, MVP's in the Hurt Business, right? Okay. Then we got Shelton Benjamin. I remember I read an article of Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin essentially said that he was comfortable where he was at, which was in complete fucking limbo and purgatory. Shelton Benjamin comes out, get kicks in the balls, goes back to catering. Shelton Benjamin is in that class with Brock Lesnar and motherfucking, oh my God, Gears of War. What is his name, y'all? Oh, I can see him doing the... I hate when I just go blank. Anyway, he was in that class with Brock Lesnar, and he was in that class with fucking Drax. Why I can remember him in fucking the damn Guardians of the Galaxy, but I can't remember his fucking name. All right, y'all know what I'm talking about. Put it in the comments. It'll pop in later. So he's in that class of the ruthless aggression class, right? But everyone excelled except for Shelton Benjamin. Which is bizarre. When he was, you know what I mean? He was Brock Lesnar's tag partner. Like, everyone excelled except him. And then it was in a recent interview, maybe a year old, he was like, he's good where he's at, he's comfortable, this is where he's gonna be. I know this is where you're gonna be, but my brother, like, let's not be lax and ridiculous, especially with the physique you got. You a good looking dude, you built sturdy as fuck. You should be in the ring cutting the fuck up. Like, what is the problem? MVP was like, boom, come over here. Let me talk to you. Like, what is you doing? You back here in catering. You looking the food. You look washed. Like, let me help you. Let me show you the way. Like, come on. Shelton Benjamin shows up standing next to Bobby Lashley and MVP one night. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? All this fucking chocolate. I don't know what to do with it. I could figure out stuff to do with it. Okay, boom. Then we got my boy Cedric Alexander. Cedric is the one that needed something. No, Cedric ain't 6'5", big piece of fucking meat that makes Vince McMahon's dick hard. But Cedric got it all. High flyer, technical. He could do the trick. He could do the flips. He could do the tricks. He could do the grounding and the pounding. 205 Live. If y'all never watch him and Mustafa Ali will have me in here like, yeah, sounding like a monkey because they flying all over the fucking ring. Right? Oh, don't do that. 205 Live. He got the belt. He holding the belt. He doing his thing. And then, not to mention, yes, his wife, Big Swole, is on AEW doing her thing, but her man's over here floundering. Like, what is you doing? Like, that don't even look right. That don't even look right. MVP, they having their little matches. They paired fucking old boy Cedric with old boy, right? Superhero. Tiny little dude. I can't remember his fucking name either because right now he's insignificant any fucking way, which is sad as fuck. He paired him over there with him. MVP, like, why is you running around with this dude? Like, y'all not even winning nothing. You out here, you looking crazy. This guy is dressed like Spider-Man. You a grown fucking man with kids. Like, come over. Let me show you how to get this money and look like the man you're supposed to be. It took a couple matches, and then finally that fateful night, my dude changed on the motherfucking ring over on Spider-Man. Y'all remember his name? Tell it to me when you remember it. Changed on Spider-Man. Next thing you know, he's over there in the ring with Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, MVP. He got the shirt. I'm in. I'm down. I'm about to get this money. I respect all that. Ever since then, they moving and grooving. They moving around like a unit. They telling people, listen, you gonna do this or I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass. They moving like the Yakuza or the mob, right? The syndicate. Whatever. Shit that black people, for whatever, like when we watch movies like Scarface. Put on a nice suit, go out, shoot motherfuckers to death. That's what we like to see. We think it's cool and hot, right? Then you got the underground with Shane McMahon. Now, the underground could have been something, and I'm going to talk about that later. I just think Shane just didn't give it what it was supposed to give. But when the MVP brought Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin down and had them wrecking house, it made them look credible. It made them look like, oh, these motherfuckers, they fucking, like, got a chip on their shoulder. Like, we can't have that. You know what I mean? So Underground left. They still wreaking havoc. They still running around. Apollo Crews. I already did a little thing about Apollo Crews. Y'all can look it up. Apollo Crews, for whatever reason, the powers that be are not pulling Apollo. Apollo Crews needs to join the Hurt Business. Period. But they need baby faces. Apollo Crews ain't no good baby face. He can smile, but he looks like he could be a better heel. Quiet, riot. That's it. Apollo, do it. Boom, boom, boom. Matter of fact, take the Crews off. Apollo, go. Tear it up. Fuck him up, come back. Apollo don't even need to talk. The way he built and the shit he could do, he just need to be a fucking killer. That's it. He don't need to talk. He don't need to talk. So MVP took the belt off Apollo. Apollo and MVP went back and forth. MVP was trying to get Apollo to come on. Apollo was like, no. So MVP said, well, you're going to fight Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley beat his ass, took the belt, been the U.S. champ ever since. And look good with the gold. Right? Look good with the gold. Now we got Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander in the fucking title picture for the Raw Tag Team Championships. which is cool. Now, I don't know what happened on Monday because apparently it was like some technical difficulties. And motherfuckers was like, all right, start the match again. And they end up losing regardless. But what you don't want to do is ruin the momentum. All right, boom. He was getting the best of Bobby No, he was. I think somebody was losing and they got counted out. They lost. Oh, he got pinned by Xavier Woods, and they lost regardless, even when the match got started. All right, boom, you took that loss. Y'all need to go in the back, do some punching bag, do a little bit of that fucking little spin ball or whatever the fuck y'all do, and regroup. But then, later that night, Bobby Lashley, he had a match with Bask in his glory, right? He had a match with him, Keith Lee. That match was up. I personally think the match was excellent. Yeah, it was some, some clunks. But when Keith Lee dropped on top of Bobby, it looked brutal as fuck. Now, that's when MVP saw that Bobby was in distress, so he got his old ass in the ring and ended up getting him DQ'd or whatever, and he lost his spot on this fucking tournament to get somebody to fight against Drew McIntyre. Now, I'm not mad about that because guess what? We always saw him and Drew McIntyre running in circles for a good 2 years. I don't save it. Go ahead, let Drew go and pulverize whoever he gonna pulverize because no one's beating Drew McIntyre, right? Okay, boom. So this is it. We got the Hurt Business. They wearing suits. They looking good. They smelling good. They walking around. They running the place. They making money, or giving the perception of it. Because I'm not really sure what business they're in, but I like that he says it's the business. I like that. I think they're a fantastic representation for black men on TV, especially in wrestling. You usually get the Timberland boots, the yo, the I'm finna narrate, you know what I mean? All that old ghetto shit that every black person isn't functioning in that role. They already got the Street Profits teetering on that shit, which I talked about somewhere in these later videos. So representation wise for me, this is what I like. They wearing them suits, they looking so good and handsome. When they ran up on a New Day and they was like, yeah, we about to whoop y'all ass or whatever, you know what I mean? Them belts is gonna look real good on us, like boot to boot to boot. They could drop them belts at the TLC. I don't give a fuck where they drop it. Just go ahead and drop it. I appreciate Xavier and Kofi even helping the brothers go over. They gonna help them go over. I appreciate that. That's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? That's beautiful. And it looks beautiful. So, there was a part where Bobby had reached out and touched Kofi. Kofi was like, don't touch me. And they look like fucking bullies in suits. And I love it. I love the energy. So this is more of a appreciation post for the Hurt Business. And I hope that they don't slow their momentum down. I hope they let them keep roaming in the back and absorbing folks and seeing people need help. You know who I would suggest? 2 suggestions to the Hurt Business if it ever comes back. Now, MVP had mentioned Naomi. Now, I think Naomi's over on, I want to say she's on SmackDown because, she's married to a Uso and they keep the couples together. But if MVP also mentioned that he wants to cross brand. So he wants to move the business. He wants them to go anywhere they want to go and run into who they want to run into. Naomi ain't doing shit. Naomi's fluttering and floundering. She had her momentum. WWE fucked it up. Fucked it all the way up. Hard. He wants a little estrogen. A little bit of Naomi would be great. She don't have to be a heel. She don't have to be a face. She could be kind of like Roman. Roman's all the way a heel now. But kind of like, I'm doing this because y'all fucking with me and I love my fans and I hope they understand. That would be perfect for Naomi if she did join the Hurt Business. The next person I would suggest, and they said it was a rumor that they were going to re-sign him, would be No Way Jose. Now I'm gonna tell you why. Listen out, right? Listen to me. No Way Jose could wrestle. Now I'm sad that they turned him into like a fucking Dominican salsa dancer, maracha, java. But check it out. You would put this black Dominican dude, let him braid that afro down, put him in a suit, put him behind some nice glasses, some Versace's, whatever. Put him on the Hurt Business. Let MVP mentor him. I'm y'all would look at No Way Jose all the way different. First of all, his name ain't finna be No Way Jose. Just call him No Way, because if you get in the ring with No Way, he finna whoop your ass, say some sexy Spanish shit, and go and go. That's it. You got the diversity, you got the multicultural shit going on, you got the women represented, the black women's happy, and then you got the brothers over there. That would be the bomb ass stable. And it's totally separate from the Nation of Domination, so y'all can move on from that. This business right here is the business of getting money, getting paid, looking good, and fucking folks up who get in your way. Boom. I love the Hurt Business. I'm all for the Hurt Business. And I want to continue seeing them thrive. So I can appreciate MVP returning and coming up with this shit, and Vince McMahon listening to him. I think because he an older guy, he know how to talk to this old ass fucking racist white dude. Always helps to have one of those in there, I guess. One of them black people that know how to talk to people. He done helped them, helped these three guys so far get into a position that makes them look good. Whatever the fucking the Hurt Business means, visual wise, it's beautiful. I'm loving it. Oh, he had a faction when he was back on Impact or whatever, but everybody don't watch that shit. I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh, I watch it. No. He already said this ain't gonna be the Nation Domination. That happened. They were for their time. Boom. This is a group of people that's out here doing their thing, and I think it's a great thing. It's a great representation. I can see Mustafa Ali and Cedric Alexander getting in that ring and mixing it up good. And if you want to see what they could do, watch Main Event. Watch 205 Live. Like, we already know what they could do. Okay? That's something that Retribution, to give them something to do. And if Naomi was on the Hurt Business, then you got something for Mia Yim to do, because she out here kicking fucking old girl from catering in the face who makes the same amount as Bailey. What the fuck is her name? She paired up with Mandy right now. The one that do the shit where she come out and she show her muscles and she flexing, and then she do that weird ass backflip into like an elbow. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Instead of having her, she could be over here getting some matches in with Naomi, because you got this faction going against faction. Like, you could do a whole lot of shit if Vince McMahon would allow uh fucking MVP to handle this. Just like Vince McMahon's letting Paul Heyman handle Roman Reigns, let MVP take care of the black folks. Let MVP handle this. We don't need you to input nothing. This is the best representation of black men outside the damn New Day that I've seen in WWE in decades. And I'm going to leave it right there. Y'all tell me what y'all think about the Hurt Business. Are you excited? Do you think they like, bleep, what, all the things that can happen? I'm enjoying it. I love seeing it. This is Wrestling in Color. Hit me up later. Bye.